Very good afternoon, my dear student. Today, I'll going to discuss about the implementation of list in a Python program. So, it is under Introduction to Python as per the CBSE new syllabus form. So, let us start the particular chapter. List implementation. So, what do you understand by the list? List means a collection of items. So in the collection of items, you have seen that we collect, suppose you collect an apples, okay, a bucket of apples. You collect some matchboxes. You collect some mangoes. So in this particular thing, what you do, you collect them. Now where you keep them, the place where you keep them, you will going to give some address of it. Suppose you take one apple and keep in tiffin box number 1. You keep one mango in tiffin box number B. So what you are doing, you are identifying them. As you have seen in the factories also, in your home also, your mother is also doing that, keeping the different items what she prepared for yours and for your family. She kept them in the different containers and she numbered them by her own, okay, and this number is not written number, this is the number what she gave by her own, and she kept it in mind that this is the box I have kept this number of box I have kept this. So you also do same pattern of things, that you keep your things in a different boxes. That means when you keep your things in a different boxes, what you find is that those the things what are there you are giving the address. Similarly, if I came more some practical experiment, like in your area, in your locality, you have a different houses, isn't it? Those the houses, what is there? They has got their different place where their house are being built. So those the house which are built, those the house has got its what? Different types of addresses. Okay, though it is near to you, next to you, but it has got some addresses to identify it. Now, suppose your address is Subhashpalli, okay, Subhashpalli, Rashbihari Saroni. So, Rashbihari Saroni, Subhashpalli, there are many houses. How your house will be identified by the postman? That is a thing. That means those the postman, which the postman first come, he has marked by his own way. When he is transferring from there and going to the another area, before he goes, he gives those marks to the person who has newly appointed. That means the order has been given. Now this particular order can be arranged from the front and can be arranged from the back. Okay, so you can see that there are the different type of arrangement. Like you can see here that the thing has been arranged from the front in this way. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and from the back, from this particular area, you can see -1, -2, -3, -4. So this is the thing what you can find, that the thing has been implemented in this way. Now after this, when the thing is implemented, there is a certain pattern. That means how you can implement it in your program. So there you will use a square box. Square box means third bracket, which we generally has done in maths. The third bracket you use it for putting the values, isn't it? And they are being separated with a comma. See here some example I have given to you. Suppose list 1, English, Hindi, then 1997, 2000. List 2, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. List 3, A, B, C, D. Now one thing you notice here very nicely, okay, my dear children, the thing is that in each of the case, I have identified it in a different way. What is the difference between them? One is a number, one is a collection of some letters. Okay, so this the collection of some letters, what you find it, that particular thing is been given within a single inverted comma. You can use the double inverted comma also. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anything. But when it will come to a number will obviously come without any inverted comma. Okay. So next you can see one list 4 I have given. Nothing is there. So that is a blank. That is a blank sheet. So here I have plotted one program for you based on the list. So in this particular program, what you can see that I have called a function that is called a list. You see, two variable I have taken. In the first variable, I have given what? List, then input, enter the element in a list. Okay, print A1. Next one is what? Next one is what? B1. So B1, what we have done, equals to list, input, enter the element in the list, print B1. So this is what has been done. Now what it is working, how it is working. Working phase is that in this particular program, I have called a function known as a list function. Okay, so as I have called the list function, using the list function, what I have inserted inside that particular bracket, list, then bracket open, bracket close, I have inserted input. Okay, what to input? Enter the list number. Okay, so enter the element in the list that to be entered. You can write anything. Enter the list number, enter the element in a list to be entered, enter the element in the list. I have written here enter the element in the list. You can change that writing pattern, that doesn't matter. Okay, but information or instruction must be in a correct format. Okay, so next what we have done it, that it will going to do the printing. Now let's see the output. See the output. Okay, in this particular case, what I have done, in first case I have given some numbers like 5, 6, 4, 7, okay, 8. So those the numbers I have given, and second order also I have given some numbers, say 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So two different series of list has been constructed, and in this two different series of list, what you can see it, that this particular program where I am entering the value to be entered or value must be entered by giving a comma, isn't it? So giving a comma, the value must be entered. Now the second program based on the list. See this second program. Here the user will not going to do anything. Then what the user will going to do? That is a program, or this is a program where we find that all the thing has been given here. You can see that in the first item I have given some numbers and some alphabets. In the second item 1, there the numbers has been given. Then I have printed it in a different way. Okay, and using what? Using one loop, that is a for loop, because I have taught you how to use the if-else loop in the previous videos and previous lectures. In our live class I have explained how to use those loops, isn't it? Again I will explain them. So this the loop what I have used here for loop, isn't it? So for the for loop I have used here, in this particular for loop, what it has done, it has find that will going to run within a certain range. A range has been specified. You see here, for particular variable in what? In a item. Item means that is the item. Okay, so if it is there, then it will going to print it. Clear? If it is not, then it will come out, obviously. Naturally, for the second for loop has been done in same way. Next what? It has given a print item plus item. That means we are joining or concatenating the two what? Two sets, obviously. Very good. We are joining the two sets. So joining the two sets means there is, I have first set is item and second set is item 1. So both the set I am joining and I am printing. Okay. Then I am taking the what? List length of the concatenated list, isn't it? Item plus item. So similar way we can find it that I have printed those things, then I have appended. Append means I have inserted a value again, and then after inserted the value, that is again printed. Okay, so in this way what we I find it, or we can see it, that we can join the thing and we can arrange the thing according to our wish. Okay, as we wish, we can make the thing, we can make the item, and we can append it or we can extend it. This is the extending what we can do, what is available. This is the way how we can make this particular thing what? Extendable. We can make it extendable, we can join the thing, we can work with the particular structure. Let's see the output then, what the output is. Okay, so this is the output. See, in the first case, what is the output is there? The first case output is that the number of the item 1 has been printed. Next, what? See, that has been joined. Next, you see what? That item of the list which I need to specify, that has been printed. Next, what? Those the number only there, the numbers are printed, isn't it? Now next, what? The number which I needed to print, a single number, that single number is printed, concatenated the strings. After concatenating the strings, what we find it, those the values are printed. So different way the thing has been printed and the work has been done, isn't it? So as we find, this is how we can do the implementation of the list. This is the simple program what has been shown. The thing has been done. So thank you, my dear student. This is the end of today's session.